everyone. My name is Annette, and this is a testimonial for Kelsey's Wholesome Woman Program. I'm so excited to share the results with you. But before I share the results of what I experienced through this amazing program, I would like to share where I was and why those results are pretty big for me personally as someone who, took part of this program for a month. So, this is crazy, but I believe everything in life happens for a reason. So when I started, when I was talking to Kelsey about start date and when to start, it was 3 weeks out because I have a very busy work life. And if you're someone who can relate to working 10 to 12 hours a day as your normal, welcome to the club. That was me. And I did it, 3 weeks out. And what happened was about 3 or 4 days later, I found out that I got COVID. Which is funny because I'm like, wow, I was perfect health when I made a decision for my health, and then I got really sick. So when I started the program 3 weeks later, where my health state was, is that my lungs were not functioning at normal capacity. They were okay. I'm very thankful that they weren't damaged too much by COVID. And keep in mind, like, I wasn't doing anything reckless. I was just working from home just like most people are these days, but I just got it, and it was something I had to push through. With my lungs, it just wasn't working in normal capacity. It felt like I had a really severe asthma attack, and I was recovering from that severe asthma attack. So that was interesting to deal with. And then also, because I was just focusing on recovering, my body was not as ready to move around as it once was. Before, walking was, something I always leisurely liked, but walking became very painful for me because I barely did any of it when I was sick. So, this is what Kelsey was working with. I wasn't like in my optimal place. And crazily enough, because I told her all this information, I shared all this with her, and I was very transparent. I'm like, I really want to get to a place where I feel I could just do my basic stuff. I want to walk, I want to run, I want to jump, I want to do all these things and not feel like my lungs are killing me, and also being able to be on top of my health with food and not feel like it's a war between me and the stove every time I walk into the kitchen also sounds like a really good deal. I was very resistant to cooking. Even though I did do it, it's very hard for me to always have a positive mindset going into cooking. I didn't learn how to cook. I wasn't taught to. I'm pretty much learning within the pandemic of how to be a cook. So it's been really difficult. Anyway, so you're getting the big picture here, right? So that's where I was. I told her everything. And the most important thing that I truly learned from all of this, it's when your health is in decline, that's when you have to realize for yourself that your health is this big thing in your life you have to pay attention to and put a lot of time and energy into it. Put everything else aside, make time for it, tell people no, and just focus on that for a while. And then once you get yourself into a flow, then your health doesn't have to feel like you're putting extra mental energy into it. Now, the biggest things about her program, she shows you, it's nutrition, exercise, and mindset. I'm going to start with nutrition because nutrition is very interesting for me. I do not like cooking. I cook because I have to. Obvious reasons, right? We all have to eat. But I was coming from like a survival mindset. But thanks to Kelsey's help, not only she's helped me understand what kind of foods I need to actually consume in my state at the time, and what my body needed or what it was craving, or what it, I didn't understand, like, what did it mean for a red blood cell count to be low? I didn't understand that. And I also didn't understand that food can actually help that red blood cell count increase in order for you to feel good. I didn't know these things, but she taught me this, and just understanding like how food should be broken down specific to your body, specific to where you are in your health journey, specific to what you need you have to make the time and effort and energy to understand these things. And sometimes you really need a professional or someone who really understands these things inside and out for you to understand it yourself. So that's what happened to me. Like, I was able to finally understand for the first time, like, what kind of foods my body actually needed in order for it to feel like itself again, you know? So that's one of the most important bits about this. It's like, for example, I'm very good about cooking pasta. I know so many recipes how to cook pasta is ridiculous. But at the time of where I was at, pasta wasn't going to help me feel better 100%. It is something that I had to decrease my intake on. My increase in intake had to be fruits and vegetables. But now, like, how do I increase that intake? How do I make it flavorful? I know vegetables are important, but how do you make it taste better? You know? And she gave me these awesome ideas, awesome recipes, awesome perspectives, and how, like, you know, these things that are really optimal for our health, it doesn't have to taste bland, and it doesn't have to taste, you know, I guess just itself. Like, you can actually put seasonings that are good for you and good for you to consume with the vegetables. So that's a big thing that I learned. Now, exercise. I have to say exercise was the hardest one because I am not an athlete. I've been in and out of the idea of fitness for a very long time. But what makes Kelsey's program very special is that no matter where you're at, she will cater the program to where you are based on what you're capable of doing. And she'll build your body up to do things that you didn't know you could do before. For example, before Kelsey's program, I didn't know how to do a push-up. People told me in gyms, just do it. Just do the push-up, but they see me struggling and they don't really teach me how to, like, build myself up to a push-up. And it's like, so they just expect me to do half push-ups as a substitute. But I'm like, well, how am I supposed to learn to do it? With Kelsey telling me that it's all about building up the different parts of your body that's involved in that movement. So as you understand with a push-up, it's part strength and it's part you being able to plank, right? And being able to push your body weight up and down. That's a motion that if you do it with steps and with lighter steps and increasing the intensity slowly and slowly and slowly, I would say a week and a half to 2 weeks, I was able to do a full push-up. First time in my life. And I was shocked. And I'm like, wait, I'm doing it. Oh my God, I'm doing it. It was so exciting. It was just so exciting to know that, oh my God, I could do a freaking push-up. Yeah, so she really, really listens and she really takes note and she's very observant of what you need in order to be mobile and to be able to have energy, in order to have everything that you need to feel like your body is getting stronger. It's not about losing weight. I mean, sometimes for some people, that's what doctors are going to tell you. But if you can't move the way you need to move, like just being able to reach something up high like this, or being able to push yourself up and down, or to even squat to get something off the floor and come back up, those are simple things that we need every day. So she really understands and she knows, and she will definitely make sure that you can do these simple things and then eventually do the harder things. Like I said, I can do a push-up now. Push-ups are part of my regular exercise now. It's pretty cool. And lastly, mindset. So I had so much resistance to these two things called exercise and nutrition. Mindset is very important, just because if you resist these two important things, how are you going to be consistent about it? Every morning I journaled. Every morning I focused on gratitude. Every morning I focused on just a little inch of progress and just feeling amazing each and every day that I pushed myself to complete that workout, to complete that meal that I was insecure to complete, but I did it and it tasted good. And it just kind of snowballed, you know. It's just the little things every single day. And most importantly to understand about her program is that she does not restrict you like 100%. She restricts you in terms of what you need for your health at that moment in time, and then she'll cater it as long along the way. You know, if something changes in your body, or if your body's reacting in a certain way, tell her and she'll actually fix it up for you, you know, and give you some direction with that. I can't thank Kelsey enough. Like, she's freaking amazing, and I'm also just so happy that I recovered the way I did, and I'm so happy that I actually feel a stronger person now. I feel that I can go up the stairs without heaving and hoving. You know that feeling? If you have that feeling, you need her program. If you're heaving over 2 flights of stairs, you need her program. I live on a 4th floor walk up in my apartment, and I have no elevator, so those stairs, I see it every day. If you're heaving over 2 flights of stairs, you need her program. That's it. That's not a natural way to feel. The natural way to feel when you're going up the stairs, especially if it's only like 4 or 5 flights, it's that you can walk it up naturally. Unless like you're, you know, a little bit exhausted, okay? Yeah, you're gonna, you know, breathe a little bit, but it shouldn't feel so painful. And I think that was the word I was looking for. It shouldn't feel painful to go up the stairs. It shouldn't feel painful to carry a certain amount of groceries in your arms. It shouldn't feel painful to be able to go up a step ladder and reach for something with the maximum of your arm. None of these should feel painful for you unless you went through an injury and you're in recovery or anything like that. These are basic things that makes life really fulfilling, and it helps us really appreciate the small things in our life. Just the basic movements, being able to appreciate that we can eat really good food, appreciate that we have really good lives, have really good people around us, and no matter what we go through, if our health is in a good place, no matter what life throws at you, you're going to feel just a little bit better about yourself, because problems are going to happen, issues are going to happen, obstacles are going to happen. This is all part of life. But if you take your health by the reins and feel like you have some control over it, you're going to be able to get through life a little bit more easier with health under control, at least. Because you can control it. You can't control people. You can't control people. You can't control situations. You can't control mishaps. But you can control your health. You can control what you eat. You can control when you exercise. You can control a lot of these things, you know? So I hope that this testimony is very helpful, and I hope there's some aspects that I said that really resonated with you, and I hope that everyone has a really good day, because that's also really important. Bye-bye.